Hey Bell's Fairy Bandits, welcome to this week's Digital Learning STEM video. Thank you for being here. I am super excited about this week's challenge. I will warn you, it is quite challenging, that's why it's called a challenge, but it is also very, very fun. So let's start talking about it. This week, the lesson format is a little bit different on my blog. So I have created a virtual bulletin board that has all the information on there that you need. Right here is the weekly STEM lesson, and it is the same for kindergarten through 5th grade with a little bit of variation, but all lesson plan, the same lesson plan for all grade levels. And I have lots of other information that you can click on to find out about this week's challenge. This week, you are going to be making something called a Rube Goldberg machine. Rube Goldberg. This is actually, it's a machine named after a person. This is him right here. His name was Rube Goldberg. He was born in the 1880s, and I believe, and died in 1970. So he is no longer living, but his machines are extremely popular, and I can't wait to see what you are able to create this week. So he went to school and college and became an engineer, but he's most well known for being a cartoonist. So he would actually make political cartoons, and his cartoons were kind of making fun of the government about how slow they actually move. So a Rube Goldberg machine is something that takes a very simple task and makes it take forever to get that task done. It's lots of different small things to make the one end task happen, and it usually takes a lot longer, and it's usually pretty humorous or funny. But it does accomplish some kind of goal at the end. And that's what you are going to be doing this week. Making a Rube Goldberg machine that completes a task. And of course, I made one to show as an example, so I will talk to you about that. But just to give you thinking a little bit more about Rube Goldberg machines, you might have seen these before, you just didn't know what they were called. For example, in the movie Sing, at the beginning, where the mom is able to have breakfast for all of her little babies, that's a Rube Goldberg machine. In the movie Goonies, there's one. In Back to the Future. In, what were some other ones? Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's from when I was younger. So there are lots of different examples of these in movies if you just look for them. And they're very fun. They can be as complicated or simple as you'd like, but the main thing they all do is accomplish some kind of task. So what you are going to be doing this week, kindergarten through 2nd grade, your Rube Goldberg machine should have up to 5 different chain reactions. And by what I mean by that is something happens and it causes something else to happen and causes something else to happen, and it keeps going until you accomplish the end job or task, whatever you want it to do. For 3rd through 5th grade, I want you to try to have more than 5 reactions and include some simple machines. 4th grade standards, you are learning about simple machines, so I thought this would be a really fun way to incorporate that. So let me tell you a little bit about simple machines. There are 6 simple machines. Here is one example. It's called an inclined plane, and it just basically is like a slope, and it will allow you to move heavier things easier. So all simple machines, their job is to make work easier. Another example is a lever. It's kind of like a seesaw. So it has the weight on one side, and you can use actually less force to push down the other side. A seesaw is a lever, but also if you try to take a nail out of a board, that is also a lever. A wedge can be used, like in this axe, to actually make something stay together, like a doorstop, or even separate, like that. Okay. A pulley allows you to lift things, and it changes the direction of the force. So if you want something to go up, you would pull it down, and it allows you to use less force and change the direction of it. A screw is an example of kind of like a coil wrapped around a tapered piece, kind of like a jar, okay? And then the final one is called a wheel and axle. So you have the wheels, and they are connected by the axle, and obviously allows you to roll things. So 3rd through 5th graders, try to include as many simple machines as you can. Kindergarten through 2nd grade, you can also include some simple machines in there. So right now, I'm going to show you an example of my simple machine. The my suggestion, sorry, not my Simple Machine, my Rube Goldberg, sorry about that. My suggestion is to choose your end task, whatever job you want to have happen. And what I mean by that is it can be popping a balloon, closing a door, turning a light off. The task that I chose was to pour cat food into my cat's food bowl. I didn't get a lot of pieces in there, but I was able to have some cat food pour into her food bowl. And for me, it was easier to work backwards. So start at the end, what you want to happen, and then do one step before that and one step before that until you get to the very beginning. So my Rube Goldberg machine has 6 steps in it. So go ahead and take a look at what I did. So here are the steps for my Rube Goldberg machine. The inclined plane will have the soup can go down. It will knock over the books. That final book will drop on the ruler, which is actually a lever, and make the ball go forward, which will hit the car, hit the cup of food, and the food should go into the bowl for my cat. Let's see if it works. Yes! So I know it goes really fast, but it actually took a long time for me to get that to work. So it is a challenge, but it is very fun. So just some of the things to keep in mind. Kindergarten through second, try to make yours up to 5 reactions. Third through fifth, more than 5 if you can, including simple machines. And everyone should have some kind of end task that they are trying to accomplish by the end of your chain reactions. Have fun. I can't wait to see your Rube Goldberg machines, and may the 4th be with you. Bye.